Alright, for this video, I'm going to show you how to take out your return spring for the trigger to make it a little bit more snappy, makes it, you know, feel decent and whatnot. At least for me anyway, but it's all subjective. Whatever you want to do. This is just, you know, a video to show you how to take it out. What you're going to need are the Allen keys that came with your marker, because you're going to have to remove a few things. What I forgot to mention is a pair of channel locks. They help with getting the solenoid assembly out. There's a pin in there that's kind of tough to get back in once you've got the pin out. So having a pair of channel locks will definitely save your life when you go to put it back in there. All right, so let's get in the tutorial. So now that you've seen that, I'm going to show you how to take out the return spring. It does require a little bit of, I guess you would say, finesse to it, but it's pretty simple. So you're gonna have to, first off, let me show you that it actually works. Currently have it in training mode right now. So there you go. And then I'll obviously show afterwards once I'm done that it still works. So you're going to want to take off the forefront grip, remove your batteries, just, you know, nothing happens, doesn't power on, because that would suck. Then you're going to want to take off your back grips, which are pretty nice that they're toolless. Slide it right off. Alright, so hopefully you guys are able to see in there. Let's move the ribbon out the way. Which you're also going to want to do is also disconnect the ribbon from, I believe this is the primary board to the secondary board. You know, it's fairly easy. You just kind of lift up. You can use any one of the Allen keys to do it. And there you go. So now you should be able to see the return spring right there. Now we got to take it all apart. So once you get your grips off and everything like that, you want to take the bolt assembly out, put that to the side, you know, somewhere safe, somewhere where it's not going to get, you know, damaged or anything like that. And then you're going to have to undo this screw and that screw right there. Alright, so now that those two screws are done, you should just be able to lift up and pull the, I guess, the top part of the body frame, whatever you want to call it. Set that aside. And now we have to take the board out, the primary board, to actually gain access to the return spring over here. In order to do that, you just need to take out 3 screws, which I believe this is the right size. So we've got one there, and one right there, and one right there. All right, so now that that's done, you just want to, let's see, take the board and kind of not shimmy it out of there, but you've got the contact points for the spring for the battery is right there. So what I found best is to pull out just a little bit and then kind of pull up like this. So when it's sitting in there, you kind of want to pull out and up, and it should just pop right out. So those two kind of just, you know, sunk into there for the battery contacts. So there's your primary board. You want to set that aside, and then you're looking pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do is take out the trigger assembly right here, because you're going to need to remove that, also the solenoid assembly, but we'll get to that once we get the trigger assembly out of there. All right, now that the trigger's out of there, the trigger assembly, put that to the side. We'll be coming back to this shortly. And now what's next is the solenoid. Now for this, you're going to have to take out this pin that they've got in there right here. That keeps it in there. So you're going to push from this side. So hold your trigger frame like this, and you want to push it through this way. You can do it with, I can't remember which size this is. So you want to use the 1/8 Allen wrench that it comes with in your kit. It's obviously going to look different than this. I've just like this one more. So you're going to want to take it and push down on it, either for the ball end. I believe they send with balls, yeah. And you just want to push down, and it should go through. It might be harder the first time. Obviously, I've maintained my solenoid and everything like that, so it's a little bit easier. So once you do that, it should pop through and pop out just like that. Then you just want to pull it out, set it to the side, and as you can see, it's kind of dislodged just a little bit. You're going to want to unplug it from the secondary board, kind of bend the wires out so then you can gain access to the solenoid and just pull it right through. And be careful with the wires. Now, also on the solenoid assembly, there's a small gasket right here. Now, it could get stuck down inside of the body, right down in there. Well, you should be able to see it, that hole right down there. So it could sit down there if it doesn't come up with the solenoid assembly. So once you're basically done with that, all you got to do is pop this baby out of there, and as you can see, it's right there. What I found best to do is get the smallest Allen key that it comes with. I believe it's the 1/16. And you just kind of want to pop it out. So you can see it's got 2 ridges there. And you kind of want to use that to your advantage. You can also come through it this way and push. And you see how it clicked right there? Hopefully you guys heard that. And then if not, I'll just play it back so you guys can hear it. Now that you heard that, that's a good start. And you just want to push it. And as you can see, it will come loose for that part right there. Now this tricky part is just bending this back so, and kind of pushing it slowly out. As you can see, I mean, you're gonna, kind of scruff up the paint job anodizing on it, but that's okay, because once it's out, it's out. You might be thinking, oh, well, if he's having such a hard time, maybe it's not supposed to come out. And you're right, but look, there we go, finally got it. So, eventually just wiggling it back and forth, you should be able to get it out of there. And then it should just push, kind of right on through. Come on, be nice, thank you. So, there you go. Like I've said, it's got those little tabs on there. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. So now for the reassembly. All right, so now we're gonna take the solenoid assembly and feed the wires through, just kind of shimmy them around to get it down to the secondary board, and try to line up that gasket as best as you can. Go ahead and plug the solenoid into its, I guess you'd call it a socket, that's what I'm gonna call it, and have it, loop around. So then now, there you go. Now you kind of want to push down as hard as you can. It is kind of tricky. So then you want to make sure this part, remember, you want to make sure the one without the O-ring is going through, and the O-ring is going to be, out the bigger side. So O-ring out, smaller piece in. So you just want to feed it through as far as you can. Like I said, push down as hard as you can, and you should be able to get that click. Now once you do that, you're basically golden. You can, the harder thing to do, actually, I know I'm kind of rambling on, is to get the 1/8 Allen Allen tool, whatever the hell you want to call it. The Allen tool, Allen key, and you can push down on it or get like a, I don't know, something to bang on it to punch it through. The easiest thing I found, as I said before, if you have a small pair or even a big pair of some channel locks, that will always help. So then from here, you kind of just want to grab it and have it push down. Hopefully you guys can see that, and you just kind of want to grab it just right so then it pushes through, and there you go. So now it should be flush. If it's not flush, it's not in all the way. So, you know, good little press around there should be good. As you can see, there you go. Nice and flush with it. I mean, there's obviously a little bezel, but it's okay. It's in there. It's not going anywhere. All right, so now the easy part. Let's put, yeah, let's do the primary board, because we got to get back to the trigger assembly here in a second to show you what you got to do next with that. So with this, you know, kind of be delicate with it. Place it, line up the holes, place it where it needs to go. It should just plop right in, just like that did. And actually, see, that's another thing that could happen, that little tab there, that could cause it not to go in. So obviously that's not what you want. You want to pick it up, have it kind of slide in there. And there's a little hole down in there that the tip of that board goes into, and you need to get it in there just like so. All right. So now you want to take the ribbon cable, plug it back in to the secondary board, like so. Now you want to take your 3 screws or the primary board, try to fit them in the hole if you can, you know, just to have them sit there so you know where they all go. Was it this one? I can't remember which Allen key was. I think it was this one. Yeah. All right. So you kind of want to do them all evenly. So I start at the top first. Wait till it gets a little like finger tight, like, you know, you're not putting too much pressure. Then move to the other one. You know, like I said, just to where it's, you're not putting too much pressure on the board. Because if you tighten them too much, then, you know, you can crack the board and, you know, then you're out of luck. All right, so now that the trigger spring, you know, part is gone, you don't need the screw for it. So we're gonna set the frame aside for a second. Now, as you see here, you've got 4 screws. You've got 2 on top here and 2 on the side. Now, the top one is what goes to the trigger spring. Where'd I put it? Over here. And so when it's set, it's kind of like this, you know, and it press against it, and then it would spring it forward. So now that you no longer need that, you can take out this second screw right here, this one, and replace it with this one on top, which goes to the magnet. The reason why you need to do that is because since you no longer have that one, you need that extra length to catch that magnet. Otherwise, it'll be more loose than you want it to be. But you know, that's all personal preference. Try to speak English here. So you can adjust that to whatever you like it, whatever feels good for you. All right, so there you go. Now it's back in. Now you should be able to feel a noticeable difference. It should feel, you know, a little bit more snappy if that makes sense. Again, it all depends on if you keep that screw there or not, but to me it just feels better. I mean, I'd have to agree with everyone that suggested, oh yeah, take it out, it feels better, and I think it really does. It's again, this is all, you know, personal preference. Let's get the, I guess, the top of the body frame. Is that what it's called? I have no idea. I'm not a trained professional, so, you know, just kind of put it back together as you would. Oh, if you do hear, there's one thing, I thought it would do it there, but if you do hear the board, when you go to tighten this back down, there's been a few times where I've heard like the board like slightly get like crushed, not crushed, that sounds terrible, but like you'll know what I'm talking about when you tighten this bolt down or nut down. You'll know what I'm talking about. You should be all right. If you're really concerned, you know, take it all apart, go back to your primary board, tighten down the screws a little bit more, and you should be good. But I've been fine with or without it when it happened. I thought it was going to do it there, so I could show you guys. But if you have any questions, you know, just type them down in the comments. Yeah, just I don't know, to me it just feels like incredible. Like it just feels so different, but good at the same time. Click everything on, and then you're good to go. And put your engine back in there, and boom, done. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you guys have any questions on how, you know, if you have any questions of if it not working or it not connecting or anything like that, I'll try to help my best I can. I do have, I do have the latest firmware installed on both primary and secondary board through the e-portal. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I have no idea. So, yeah, that's it. Like I said, thanks for watching. Until the next video, which I don't know when that will be, to be honest. I've just been super busy at work and home. I haven't made it out to the field yet, and I haven't used this baby in over a month now, and she just looks at me and cries, which is why she's blue. All right, but yeah, I'm just rambling on at this point. See you later.